Okay.
And how? SmashCastBros, keep it local, keep it cash, tell the feds kiss your ass. I'm Ty.
I'm Moo.
I'm Trigger.
Professor.
Professor's back in the house. Once again, Adam just left. He had to take off. Something happened. We're on a Prepper's Grocery List recap, reloaded 2.0. Now we're in the second episode of it. So, since the first episode of the Prepper's Grocery List and this one, I bought a water filtration kit, and the professor bought, are they Baofeng radios?
They are Baofangs,
Which is not the top of the line,
That's
but it's
pretty
like a 3/4 of the way up there.
No, it's
They're
pretty
good.
low. It's pretty low end. If you
Are
start, oh yeah,
I thought they
Well,
were
hold
good
on.
because they're
basically
super
the-
popular.
they're basically the midway of walkie-talkies.
It should give you an indication of where it stands when it's got a name from China.
Baofeng.
China.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually bought a 2-pack. I bought the GMRS version.
What's the difference? So
Different frequencies. So ham radios, certain frequencies. GRMS is a specific 10 frequencies.
There's only 10 channels
10.
to choose from, or
10, maybe 20. See, I don't even know because it's such a mess.
The
You gotta-
lettering's in Chinese.
Pretty much, yeah. But in order to currently talk on GMRS or ham, you have to have a certain license. So you have to have a ham operator's license to talk on ham frequencies.
is that one pretty difficult to get apparently? And
You have to go and take like a 35 question test, but it's all like very in depth of what radios
You
are.
gotta study to
Yeah,
get this test.
There's
Okay.
30 GMRS channels.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like 10 channels and 10 repeaters. Or 20 channels and 10 repeater channels.
22 are shared with the family radio service. Frequency range for GMRS includes both VHF and UHF bands between 462 megahertz and 467 megahertz.
You lost me. It hurts.
Okay, it's fucking losing me just reading all
Yeah,
this.
Right. It seems like it's pretty intense. I don't know how else to put it.
So to use either one of them, you have to have a license. So you have to go on the FCC website and take it for GRMS. Just register for it and pay. But ham, you have to go and take a test somewhere. I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to study for
All
something.
sorts of nerdy shit.
I'm pretty nerdy, but I'm not going to do that shit.
Just to run a
Just-
handheld radio.
Just looking at that list, I was bored. So
Right.
GRMS
Yeah. I mean,
it was. Because GRMS, you just get online, register, and pay. And even then, I told you, you have to bounce around quite a bit to just get your GRMS license.
I in a dire straits moment, you're going to put these things in a Faraday bag or Faraday box or whatever. But in a dire straits moment,
In a dire straits moment,
nobody's going to be policing that thing. Nobody's going to be
And-
policing your licenses.
And actually,
The only reason I would get licensed is to practice using it.
yes, because
Okay.
you can be fined if you get caught using
ham without a
ham or
license.
GRMS without a license. But in an emergency,
You think
and-
the FCC is going to come knocking?
I think it's just legal at that point.
it is. There is no. You're allowed to use it in
There is
emergency
no law.
situations. Right. So, in order to practice with it, I paid for the license. I have my call sign that they. So you're supposed to constantly, every 15 minutes, you're supposed to throw out your call sign.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Is it a call? Is it a number? Or what do you?
It's alphanumeric.
So
Jesus.
here's one of the practice questions for a ham radio technician license. Which of the following can be altered to improve a Yagi antenna's forward gain, front to back ratio, or SWR bandwidth? The spacing of each element along the boom, the number of elements on the boom, the physical length of the boom, or all of these choices are correct.
Physical.
I'm going to go with all of the above.
Dude, I'm falling asleep. Oh yeah, that is correct.
I stopped listening when you got partway through the question.
Yeah.
I got it right.
Oh
It's
my
okay.
fucking god. Why is a series diode linked between a solar panel and a storage battery that the panel is using to charge?
storing power.
Well,
So it
why is the
doesn't backfeed?
series diode linked? Jesus Christ. I'm done
Yeah,
with that.
exactly. It's,
Some of those guys eat that shit right up, though.
Oh, they
There's
do.
some super
It
nerds out
is-
there that are.
it is their passion. So
I mean, everybody's got a hobby, but I just don't see. I couldn't even touch that with.
See, I used to be passionate about CBs. I got SWR meters for CBs, tuning CBs.
And now nobody uses CBs.
I used to be big into CB shit. I probably have 20, 25 CBs.
Why don't
Okay.
you do what is it, Mud Chicken out in Nevada does, and just blast the airwaves through the entire U.S. with CB nonsense?
I ain't got no panties on. That dude, every fucking time I go through Chicago and I work for the one company, every night I go through by like Gary, Indiana. I ain't got no panties on. I'm like, Jesus, dude, this guy's here every night.
There's a guy that goes by like Mudhen or something out in Arizona, Nevada area, and I just see complaints that he is blasting the airwaves overnight out to like Tennessee, just absolute, just running his mouth all night long.
You got a pretty goddamn big base station and system to be able
Kickers
to
and
blast that far.
I almost bought a
You
kicker
gotta
for
have
mine, but I'm glad I didn't.
amplifiers, boosters, all that shit.
so for my radios, I've been playing with channels just to find where where's activity.
Just you want to? What do these people talk about? Do they talk about how
Holy
cool the
fucking
radio
shit.
is?
They're so fucking they just yammer. Like one guy gets on and he throws out his call sign and says mobile and listening because he's driving somewhere. I'm sitting in the shed.
Does radio blow the fuse?
He is just driving, so he turns on his radio and I'm mobile and listening. And then someone comes out and they just start chit chatting back and forth. Like, you ever heard of a cell phone?
Well, I've seen. Well, I'm sure we've all seen it. Probably didn't recognize. There are ham radio operator license plates.
Yep, I've seen them.
Because you can have a mobile get up and travel around running it.
Remember Tina's
it's-
condo? You ever see the one the dude that parked across the street with a Trailblazer that had like 60 fucking antennas off top of his?
I was gonna say probably ham radio. I
It's
know
gotta be.
quite a few guys. I went to school with a few guys that got big into ham radios, and they've talked to people in Europe
Wow.
on their ham radios.
So I got the license.
You know what? Okay.
So I could practice with it, but at the same time, these guys are so damn boring. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna talk on it.
Who's policing this shit? Somebody's getting fucking paid to sit there and listen to these channels, right? Somebody's got to be.
No,
So can I just
But
buy
you
them
mean,
and?
you mean the FCC?
they got too much shit to worry about than ham radio or GMRS or GRMS, whatever it is.
Right,
They got
Here-
too much shit to police. They're not policing it.
Here
Should
we
I
go.
worry about getting licensed? Because how much is the fine? And how do they track me down?
just triangulation. You start chatting on it, you're throwing
You're
a burst
sending
out
signals out.
Yeah.
They just have to triangulate you with a antenna.
Okay, so I'm
Look
in
for
this
the strong
block.
signal.
Send the ham radio.
How close can they get?
Well, they follow the strength of the signal. Strong signal means they're right close to you.
So I stuff it in the back of my couch and go, wasn't me.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
All right, so that it's Mud Duck out of New Mexico, and apparently he's blocking up Channel 19 on all CBs in the lower 48 parts of Canada, and I'd assume Mexico. Does it 4 to 12 hours a day. He is blasting across the lower 48.
It must
Canada
just
and
be
Mexico.
some dirty ex-trucker, retired.
Apparently,
Nothing
he
else to
does
do.
a lot of bragging that he can fix anybody's CB and get them all the range that they want. Man, go fuck yourself. If you're blasting out signal that powerful, fuck right off. Anyways, I've been looking at getting them Baofangs.
So have I. I had them in my cart, but I was going to buy a 4-pack because I gotta get everybody involved, you know.
So
but
here's
I just worried about, is it worth the $35 and how nobody's ever going to use them, because until the cell phones die, you don't fucking need them. And if they're not stuffed in a Faraday bag or whatever, they're not gonna.
Now, you bought a 2-pack, right? Or a 1-pack?
two.
He ended up
Okay.
buying
Do
two.
you
I
have a
had
license?
two packs.
Do you have to have a license for each one of the radios?
No. So that is one of the good things about it. So I got licensed and everyone in my household is under that license. So I can throw one of the radios at my kids and say, go do whatever and keep in touch. And as long as we have our call sign, we're good.
Say these letters every once in a while.
But
Now, does everybody else in the house have a different call sign then, or
nope,
do they
it's
use
all
the
the same one.
call sign?
All the same one.
So
Under the license, he's got one for
your
the
daughter
license.
could be saying the call sign, and you could be saying the call sign back and forth to each other.
And all of the nerdy GRMS guys are going to know what's going on because they've all licensed. A lot of them are ham guys too. So
So
They
I
just-
just
Will
looked
they?
it up.
Will they go? You're not doing it right.
oh, I guarantee they would.
That's what I'm.
I'm
Okay.
just trying to ask for information because I don't know. I
If-
haven't looked anything into
So-
this.
So I can buy a. Sorry, I want to buy a 2-pack. If I start channel surfing, I can gauge how many people around here have them, and then I can gauge whether it's worth it or not. How far do they fucking reach?
That's,
Okay, I got it right here. So a CB, max power typically it's 4 watts. The range typically is 4 miles.
Is that what the bow fangs are?
Hold on, I'm working.
Okay, sorry.
GMRS, max power typically 50 watts, and range typically is 30 miles, almost to where you work. Ham radio, maximum power, I'm sure you can go up, 1500 watts, 1.5 kilowatts. Range worldwide.
'Cause you can
Because
tower
you can bounce it.
Yeah.
So GRMs can bounce too. Those are the repeaters, and there's a few around West Michigan. So there's one pretty close to me that's got a 45-mile range. So I'm sitting there listening, and there's a guy in Sparta talking to someone in Rockford, just
So essentially, if we have
chit chatting.
if
If
I
they're
had one, he could sit here and go back and forth with you.
We could do this podcast from the house, from our own houses.
see this, and then this today, going to my daughter's soccer game, I gave one to my son, jumped in the truck, heading to the game. Got a half a mile away, fine. Kept going, probably another mile down the road. Couldn't get my son.
So they're
They are limited with interference and everything.
yeah.
Or
So are those ones that say 32 miles you can buy a 2-pack of at Myers,
And
Walmart's, or
so that's what my work used to use, and you couldn't get someone that was upstairs of the building.
So there is a repeater in Grand Rapids, and there is a repeater up in Cannonsburg. But for around towards GR, that's it. There's one in Lansing, Grand Ledge, but that's closed.
I feel like it's just the last thing to be policed because there's so many other avenues for communication that are free and not policed. Not policed to a point like the internet.
Yeah.
But anyway, the radios, if we were to buy them, they're only going to be good to you if you store them in a Faraday bag and
But
if
that's-
something were to happen.
That's always,
You-
what's the chances that our EMP are going to go off
The reason you bought them,
in Michigan? The reason I actually bought them is comms for close range.
They don't take cell signal either.
No.
It is so. Say towers are all out, or they don't take cell signal.
So one thing that I did was I bought ear pros that have a jack that can audio in. I bought a mic that someone made specifically for it. It's got a push button, push to talk that you can hook onto your vest, clips to the radio. So I can have my ear pros on and communicate while I have those on. So let's say we're out at where we were today.
Yeah.
And you guys were, we were separated by 100 yards or so. Ty, can you put up another target?
yeah. Jeremy, you missed. Jeremy, you missed. Jeremy, you missed.
Jeremy, again.
Wait a
Come
second.
on.
Again.
Wait a
again.
second. You got to put my call sign out.
Okay.
That was more of like, let's say you had to keep security of your area.
That's why I was looking at those for this situation and the bug out, bug in situation.
So I can put the radio on my plate carrier. Line goes up to the push to talk button, up to the ear pros with a mic on it, and You don't even have to have You don't even have to have batteries in that thing. It's like having headphones.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. Well, it connects, and all it is the.
So,
Oh, okay. But I guess I wanted to hit on the whole Baofeng two-way radio thing. Should we get a pair and try them and see if they go to your house from here?
Trigger
obviously
and
it'd
I
have
were
to be-
just looking at them.
We would have to be outside because, like, if you were in your house and I'm in here with double wall steel.
so I actually brought 2 of them.
Oh, did you?
So I actually went out and purchased some quality antennas on it. And again, couldn't reach my son 2 miles from my house.
After the
With
antennas?
the quality antennas?
Yep. So, but I wasn't using a repeater also.
But it's only 4 miles down the road.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Well. What else we talking? That you?
Yeah. So the other day, I saw a homeless panhandler that got up some gumption, and he's apparently trying to see a Mouse-Catool business end. This dude, I pulled up to a red light, talking on the phone to a coworker, and he stepped off the curb, walked across a lane, and looked up at me holding his poorly written cardboard sign that was upside down, and he had a cigarette in his hand. And he was pointing at it and staring at me. Now, for a panhandler to step off the curb, that's a lot of fucking gumption right there.
Desperation. But what did the sign say?
Homeless, and I couldn't read the rest because it was poorly written.
And
Faded.
upside down.
And upside down.
need more
And
meth.
faded. However, you got a cigarette in your hand, so obviously you're not too hard up.
My Mercedes Benz over there in the lot is on E.
Oh, no.
I need gas money.
He looked pretty fucking rough.
Okay.
But at the same
We'd have had
time,
him here.
don't be walking up to a vehicle unless you know who's inside, because you're going to meet the business end of a Mouse-Catool, and you might not like it.
Well, remember Pete? He whipped the door open on some dude one day, but it wasn't like a bum. It wasn't a bum. It was just somebody else was trying to start a fight with him, and he tried to knock him out with the fucking door. But anyway,
I knew a guy that worked in a rough part of town, and he used to carry a Mouse-Catool with him at work, even though every trucking company's got a no firearms law. He didn't fucking care. Penix carried in a shitty part of town. He's not being a statistic. Fuck that.
so here's something I didn't know. I still don't know enough about. Apparently, Putin was looking to destroy our satellites and take out all of our communication. Not long ago. Have you guys heard anything about that? I got sent a video, and it was she made a huge deal out of it.
Hold on. Who's the she? Well,
Now-
hold on.
now-
that being said, though, the strong leader we have in office now, who told Iran, please don't, please don't.
There's a million, a million, a million, a million, a million.
We'll give you all the
Whatever
money
you
you
do,
want.
please don't hit these locations. And he sliced a piece of paper over the fucking instruction map.
Oh, it's cute that you think Biden is that coherent.
Jesus. What else you got on your list? Let's kill this list. And
Bug out stuff is done.
well, do we want to elaborate on anything? Because we didn't add anything other than since the last time we did this, we took a class. I bought a water filter. You bought radios. Did you guys do anything different?
About armor.
You bought armor?
Mm-hmm.
Steel
in-
plates?
It's not steel.
Kevlar.
I'm not exactly sure what the material is, but it is 3A, so it'll stop green tip AR ammo,
Really?
and it's pretty thin and light.
About 30-06,
Really?
bro.
What did that cost you?
It wasn't actually terrible. I got them from Primary Arms. I was looking, and they were about $200 a piece. And I got a note that they were almost $50 off, so I pulled the trigger. Got 2.
2 vests or 2 one in front,
2
one back?
1 back plates. I already
Okay.
had the vest for. I've had a vest for a couple years now. I've just never used it.
But the plate,
Ceramics.
It's not ceramic. It's definitely it's a hard plastic. It's a hard fabric, I should say.
it's got to be Kevlar, right? You would think.
It's probably
Fucking hell.
Kevlar.
Well, now I'm curious. I'd like to see it. You got a
I'll
link
bring it
to it?
next time.
Okay. I don't know. I just
Yeah, I
Can
look
we
up
shoot
real
it next time?
Sure. Buy some new ones for me.
We need some sponsors for this so we can go on and shoot some bulletproof plates.
Yeah, I'll look it up real quick and show you what I got.
I again, I'm going to elaborate the whole teach your kids how to read a map or teach your kids direction. My kids grew up with the cell phone generation. So driving around, driving to Grand Rapids, driving to Lansing, driving to your house, driving wherever, they never paid any attention because they're looking at their phones. They don't know how to get fucking anywhere.
Nope.
Where when we were kids, all of us, we were in the car looking around.
Well, there's still a
in
lot of
fairness-
adults that still can't get in.
Hold
do
on.
that.
In fairness, when I was a kid, I didn't really pay attention either. And it wasn't until I started driving that I started remembering
Sat in the
what
back
shit
seat like
was.
this.
Wake up. Yeah, it is about that long.
Yeah, you
No, I
would.
just didn't pay attention. Then I started driving, and then I started remembering.
You know, one thing that I've tried to get through, and my wife can't read a map. She doesn't know which way's east, west, north, south. She doesn't know any of that shit. She can't comprehend any of that shit. She can't. And I try to teach my kids. Okay,
Sun rises in the east,
East, sets
sets
in
in
the
the west.
I try to tell
Never
them
eat
all
shredded
that.
wheat.
I if you're standing and you see the sun and it's to your left, if you're facing south, it's still before noon.
If you know you're facing south.
And exactly.
If the sun just came up, it should be to
Just
your
about.
right and you're heading facing north.
Yep.
Or when it's coming up, look that way. That's east-ish.
And
gonna be ident-
Depending on the time of year.
Okay, so
I
since
try
we're
to
since
teach
we're around,
them.
compasses. I have yet to see a compass that works worth a shit. Even the one on my phone isn't worth a fuck.
Wow, the one on your phone's got other issues.
To be honest, the only ones that I've seen are
It's more of a stud finder. It's always pointing at me. Boom!
I've never seen one of your flat compasses work. The
Yeah.
only ones I ever see work and be fairly decent are nautical compasses. Ones that go on the dashboard of a boat that's a ball and they sit there on the hinge or whatever. Those ones, I've never seen one of those.
They
not work.
they already sound. I've never played with one, but they sound heavy as fuck.
But they're
as far as
about
walking
4
around
inches.
with one-
They're about 4 inches fucking square or cube, so it takes up a lot of space.
Yeah.
But
I
learning
don't.
to read one,
Well, and it's not entirely accurate. It's accurate enough, but it points towards magnetic north and not true north.
Right.
And maps are based off of true north, not magnetic north.
but it'll also
Dude, I've never had one work worth a shit enough to even find
General-
magnetic north.
It'll give you a general direction of where
Yeah.
you're going. But you know, all these, I used to,
Level 3A.
I know I've brought it up a few times. When I was a kid, I wanted one of those survival knives. Had a compass on the bottom, had all the matches and everything in the
I
freaking.
bought one to put on the side by side.
Again, back then, yep. I learned a long time ago that them things are scrap metal.
Yep.
All the shit in the
I
end
bought a
is
cheap
scrap
one
metal.
just to throw in the side by side. So, and it came from our favorite place, Harbor Freight.
They've come out with a lot more advanced freaking survival shit.
So,
you
but
know,
how are they junk? I mean, it doesn't have anything in the handle like you think.
The,
So-
the knives are freaking dull as fuck. You can't pretty much.
That
cut
one
it
I got
with a
sharp as fuck, but maybe it won't, I mean it's probably not made to cut for very
All
long.
the shit on the inside of it, the matches, they're not strike anywhere matches.
No, but you could throw some in there. You could throw whatever in there.
Well, you can't buy strike anywhere matches.
In Indiana, you can.
Yep.
So
little cable saw blade saw thing ain't worth shit. You can barely cut freaking.
Well, you could tie
1/4
something
inch
up
twigs.
if you needed to use it for rope.
But there we go.
That's all I would use it for.
So
I guess.
the knife portion of it, to make a strong handle, you need a full tang. So the handle, the blade goes full length of the knife. Where
in the handle all the way to the butt. Okay.
with those is just all of a sudden knife ends, and now you have a hollow tube where you put some crap inside of it.
And all it is like
Yeah.
a 1/4 inch nut. So it's a 1/4 thread sticking on the bottom of that blade that goes in there, has a little nut. That nut loosens up and it freaking flops around. And
If
you're
you know it's
literally-
in there, tear it apart, Loctite the fuck out of it, and crank it down.
But again, you ever broke a 1/4 inch bolt before? Try doing something with it. Try prying on something. Try and hit something with it. You put any pressure on there and it gets stuck a little bit and you try to
Snap.
you're gonna snap it
So
off. And
so
you're-
survival
Hold
knife.
on. Wait. The guy here that has the most tools uses tools incorrectly enough to break them.
yes, very much so.
I just bought 2 cheap ones. I threw one in Tina's, threw one in mine. Just because, I mean, at some point it may be handy to have in a situation.
Yes, but again, survival knife. It's not a survival knife. It'll get you by
Okay.
to do some shit, but I would for bug out bag, bug in bag carry.
The second I
something
try
like
to
that.
prop open a fucking paint can or something, it's coming apart.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I would pick a better knife that is more reliable than that piece of shit.
But if I had to stab somebody,
Probably break
mean-
off in them.
Sounds like a
Okay.
them problem, not me.
The only bad
hey, bring
thing
my
is,
blade back. I may have to glue that back.
if you stab them and you break it off, chances are it's going to seal the hole because the blade's not coming back out, so they're not going to bleed out.
It's gonna hurt like hell to walk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the knife that I have for my kit.
Get one of those old revolutionary bayonets that are tri-points.
Yeah.
So
Well, ain't bad. 40,
That's-
44 bucks.
Cold Steel SRK. It's
Got a
probably
sheath that you don't have to stab everything in your bag.
the sheath is a mother just to get the damn blade out. It's a
It's
solid
made,
sheath.
it's made to hold it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need that little strap on top.
So the holster is,
It's
Locked
retention.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of, it's got a detent style holster.
it's got a big hard plastic. It's not like the, what am I thinking, canvas?
Canvas.
Or, yeah.
But the blades
nylon webbing.
Yeah.
easily an 1/8 inch thick, if not more.
At the top of it.
Yeah. So
Make
I
a
mean,
decent hole.
you can also hammer the shit out of stuff to baton wood with, and
44 bucks isn't bad. I mean,
No.
it ain't got a hollow handle or nothing cool like that. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to touch back, and Adam would have been a good one for this one. I think he can go on and on about it, and I think he probably know more about it than any of us. But survival foods and MREs. What's let's say we have a half cubic foot of space for our food, MRE, survival shit. What am I gonna? Do they make kits like that? Do they make? I don't know. I've never had any. I don't even know where to fucking get them. I mean, I'm sure there's
you
online.
get them out outdoor stores and stuff. You can buy.
Go to a PX store. You can buy
Say,
actual
Army-
MREs.
Army surplus.
It might be a road trip to go out to this one in what was it, Norton Shores,
Nunica.
Nunica.
When they open, yeah.
There's some down by Detroit we've went to.
Dude, they mark them MREs up so fucking much.
Oh yeah, they charge like $10 a piece for them.
There's about 10 middlemen in
There's-
that situation. I feel,
There's backpacking.
but
goods
like
that you
Adam
can
said,
get
it's
too.
probably going to give you the worst case of the shits ever, and you better have.
No,
yeah, it locks
MREs
you
will
up.
clog you up.
Yeah.
Oh really?
They
That's-
give you a laxative gum to open.
Well,
you
whatever
back up.
whatever he was eating, he had the
he
shits.
said he needed wet wipes just to clean up because it's so gross. So he's getting blocked up.
I've had stints of time before where I ate just MREs. They fucking clog you right up.
Well, you gotta think,
and
it's
it is fucking bad when that cord burns.
There's a twig in it.
You got to think it's dehydrated. It's taking the fluid from your body to rehydrate it. Well, it's in your stomach. So if you are already dehydrated and it's taking excess fluid out of your system, and maybe you still don't have enough to operate or whatever, you're literally gonna have freaking logs coming out.
I heard the
Hard bark
pizza ones
fucking
are pretty
logs.
good though.
I've not never.
They're
even
like
heard
they're
of
like the
pizza
size
one.
of a Pop-Tart, rock hard, but they actually taste like pizza. They're super hard to find. But anyway, when it comes to the survival food part of it, I am gonna die. I am fucking
Unless
dead.
you can find the Lunchable tree, you are screwed.
You know,
He's
one of
right.
if
I'm
you
dead
don't have
meat.
MREs available,
As far as eating weeds and shit, fuck,
there's
I'm
one
dead
thing
meat.
you can buy that would very much take place of an MRE, very nutritious, TVP. You could eat it
What?
right out of the bag.
What the hell's a TVP? Gesundheit.
Textured vegetable protein. It's almost like
it's the aisle in Myers that was untouched with a COVID surge.
The other one next to work boots.
I have it in jars at home, canned on the shelf. Just
Yeah,
you
the
can
meat
eat it like
alternative
cereal.
aisle was not touched
But
in the COVID.
it's
Liquor was
nutritious.
fucking off the shelves.
Nutritious, has protein, whatever. We add it to stuff that the kids don't want to eat or whatever.
Yeah.
We add it to stuff so they get extra protein or
Really?
vegetable count, everything. We hide it in that stuff.
I
And
got
it's-
one kid. I can't get to eat a damn thing, whatever it is.
Let's say
It's a popcorn.
You take
She
a
eats the
hand,
shit out of popcorn.
Yes, you know what panko is? Breadcrumbs.
Yep.
Dried breadcrumbs. like
Japanese
spring
breadcrumbs.
Okay.
onions. It's pretty much what it looks like. It's dried breadcrumbs.
Just
And
just-
you
It's
can just
larger
pop it in
chunks
your
than normal breadcrumbs,
Yeah.
but still breadcrumbs.
what is it flavored at all?
No,
mouth. No,
Just plain
just plain bread. It's
and
breading.
it's okay.
it's
But the
lightweight. You can get a pound bag is probably twice the size of your cup.
It
And
doesn't
that
weigh
would probably
anything.
feed you for 2 weeks.
really,
Now let's go with some meals. So
meals ready to eat, MREs,
Well,
right?
that's
Is that what
the
that is?
military style. But there's, people that backpack. Add them.
Yeah.
Load up some dehydrated food.
There we go.
So there's one company, Mountain House. Never had it, but I've seen it in stores.
Mountain House.
Mountain House is just freeze dried.
Okay. Okay.
So add hot water to it, and you have a meal. So beef stroganoff, chicken and dumplings, beef stew, chicken teriyaki and rice, chicken fried rice, lasagna with meat sauce.
I haven't heard ham or turkey lunch meat yet.
No. Classic spaghetti and meatballs, chicken and mashed potato, fettuccine alfredo with chicken. Those are the entrees. They have breakfast.
It's in my sink. I just looked down on my fuck.
Biscuits and gravy,
So
breakfast skillet pouch,
there's my favorite right there.
scrambled eggs and bacon,
There's my favorite.
granola with milk and blueberries,
There's my second favorite.
breakfast skillet number 10,
Okay,
scrambled eggs with bacon,
This sounds like a menu I can get used to.
now, dude. Trigger and I are like breakfast freaks. So
Hold on a second. These things are not cheap. So
well, okay, I get, but is it something maybe we should at least try and see how how it's gonna work out for us?
scrambled eggs with bacon sounds pretty good.
How much?
$9.25 each.
It's a little cheaper than fucking restaurant.
Yeah, but you can get
What does it look? Is there pictures?
Is there
packaging.
pictures of it prepped and ready to eat?
I want to see steaming hot eggs. Well, that ain't bad. You add the hot water and it's
But you just eat it out of the pouch.
you can eat it out of the
That's-
pouch.
That's to make it look pretty. Put it in a bowl.
So basically, just add slobber.
So basically, you boil some water over a little stove, pour it in there, and let it do its thing and eat.
Just add slobber.
By the way,
Yeah. Okay.
back to the your backpack, your bug out, whatever. Okay, they have little Boy Scout camp sets that have collapsible pots and pans and a coffee cup or whatever that literally takes up like 4 cubic inches of space.
Okay.
And it's like this whole little camp set for Boy Scouts. It's for when they're backpacking or whatever. They don't have shit to carry. Well, again, if you got to boil water to put in with your scrambled eggs and bacon, or you need to make coffee, or you need to boil water to make water drinkable, so on and so forth. That'd be a good thing to carry around. Good thing to have in your... But, again, if you're only going from work to your house in a fucking hurry, do you need a pan set with you? Or a pot set with you, a coffee cup, and whatever else. It's just... I'm just saying something... If you were going to go along those lines, if you needed to boil some water, you could start a little fire, or even get a couple little sterno cans. If you didn't want to start a fire, you could get those sterno cans, which are fuel in a can. You can boil what you need to. You can put the lid back on it, and they still have like an 8-hour burn time.
Can you put them out and restart them?
Yeah, you put the lid on it, it puts it out.
Okay.
Open or take the lid back off it, restart it, do what you got to do. Put the lid on it, put it back out.
I just got a message from the old lady. This will interest you. You guys want to see Trigger run? She said those fucking cream cheese squares need to be gone tonight. You want to go get them and bring them up, and then you guys can pick out on them?
She told me. I already told her I was taking them home with me, or whatever didn't get eaten.
So you don't want to share, is what you're saying?
No. Why the hell do I want to share?
I kind of figured. Anyway, so Moody sent me the link to
break.
Moody sent me the link to the Baofangs. There's different options, different level of the radios. I hate to go back to this because I thought we were dead with it, but now that I'm looking at them, I just realized that there's probably options.
Yeah. Say, looking at the list of
do I want one with the computerized screen, the touch screen with the fucking bells and whistles, or do I want one with on and off?
Get one analog
and a
dial or whatever.
So there's two main ones for GMRS.
Like the two most popular kinds?
Well, of the Baofangs.
Okay.
The new upgraded version, there's been issues with you can't really see the display out in sunlight.
Okay, so you're getting shade, big deal. But they're upgraded how?
I have no idea. This is newer looking with a bigger, brighter display, but it also has a channel search function. But I've also seen reviews where it doesn't work that well.
Yeah, but somebody's got to be talking to find it, right?
Yep.
So if it scans past that fucker, which is there's probably more dead time than there is talk time on some of them.
Except when you find those yentas sitting there going back and forth about the random crap they're doing all day long.
Oh, I just shook it twice. That's
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay. But what options would you look for in one of those Baofeng radios now? I guess that's not my
first time.
Really?
So questions just keep popping up.
So
the ones you sent me are loaded. They look like they've got. Oh god. Is it?
I ordered something for a later date. Anyways,
you gotta blow it up.
10 pounds of tannerite.
I was just saying the same thing.
No. Anyways, you'll find out at a later date. Next weekend, maybe.
Well, once there's a lot more leaves on those trees down there at our undisclosed location, I think that's when we set a bigger pot off. Because the one house that's right there, I'm telling you, it's fucking nice. I drove down the guy's driveway yesterday with the old lady on the side-by-side. And I'm like, fuck, in front of this house is gorgeous too. Shit. I don't know what this guy does for a living. Fuck. But anyway, back to the...
Trucker 5 days a week.
There's got to be something this Baofeng does better than this Baofeng or that Baofeng. Truck and freight.
I don't understand the different models of Baofeng.
I don't either. I went with the low.
I look at them, and they just look like different radio sizes. I haven't the fucking...
One's a little taller, one's a little fatter, one's a little...
Yeah.
Can you send Morse code over them and all that shit?
If you want to do Morse code, I'm sure you can.
Again, they're useless to you if something did happen, which, I mean, for some fucking reason, I see it on the internet, I see it in conversation, on Google News feed, the whole scare of the EMP thing. If something were to happen, they're useless to you if you didn't have them in a fucking protective bag or box or something. Or they just didn't somehow get hit. They're useless. So,
actually, come to think of it, down at the undisclosed location where we shoot guns, there's a Connex box. That's a giant Faraday cage, and it's resting on the ground.
do you think it would... Well, We'll wait till like an 80, 90 degree day. We'll shut the door on you,
No.
and I'll see if I can get a hold
Hard
of you.
fucking pass.
Because I'm sure that fucker gets hot.
Dude,
Shit, I'm sure it was baking today, buddy.
Dude, I'm sure that fucker gets hot.
it got
there.
up to 77 or so today. It was probably triple digits inside that box in
So-
the sunshine.
The Baofeng that you sent me, Moody sent me, is this guy, black 2-pack, $63.99, on sale already. You can add an 8% coupon applied to one item, which is one pack.
Yeah, but
So it's going to be $60 for a pair.
some of the radios I've seen are stubby and those are taller, and I don't know what the difference is.
That's why I'm asking. I thought the
I don't know.
Baofeng guy would know.
No.
Jeez, you're not a very good
These come
representative
with
for
come
China.
with super antennas.
That's just got a bigger battery on it. That's all it
So,
is.
so it'll go
Well, I
longer.
mean, if I'm in a situation, I'm going to want a big battery. It's kind of like a gun situation. Tell me a time where you'd want a pistol that holds less fucking
Well,
ammo.
I'd rather have a 10-round magazine than a 30-round magazine. It's just lighter.
Right. You know what I mean? It's kind of a
but I mean,
You're only supposed to be hunting deer with it.
what I'm saying is
7,000 bought. Dude, 7,000 of these fucking things that plus have been bought in the last month.
Yeah. But what I'm-
Everybody's preparing for the end of the world. And I guarantee these fucking things are sitting on somebody's counter.
So that's basically the same one I got. They just get a different battery in it.
There's a lot of buttons on this one, though.
Let me
Well,
see.
that's one thing I don't get about all the buttons. If it's only got like 30 channels total,
Can
You
you,
can
you know,
encrypt
you
it?
can-
you can no, but you can go to other channels outside of the range of GRMS.
You just shouldn't be saying
That you're not
anything.
supposed to be.
No, you can
I mean, you
listen.
can.
Like ham radio, you can listen. You just aren't supposed to say anything.
All right. Something, dude, there's like, it'd be like me if I had Facebook. You guys are telling me, no, don't say that. Don't say the thing. Please don't say the thing. I'm going to fucking say the thing, right? I'm sure you've been guilty of that, Trigger.
I've
got-
been put in Facebook jail many a time.
I've gotten,
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to fucking say the thing, right?
I've gotten a few PB slaps from Zuckerberg.
Dude, so
sad.
ham radio's got to be like the 80-year-old man version of fucking Facebook.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Last man
80-year-old
standing.
version of Facebook Messenger.
80-year-old virgin is about right. Last man standing. Tim Allen. It was using a ham radio in one of the
Yeah,
episodes.
I remember that. He had one in his office.
In his
Yep.
basement.
Yeah, that's what it was.
In
His
his
daughter's
basement,
in
yeah.
his daughter's his super hot daughter's
Yeah.
sewing room.
Yep.
The first super hot daughter,
Yeah,
not
the
the
s- the
second.
Yeah,
First
the,
one,
the
yeah.
first
Super
one was
hot.
super hot. Yeah, I don't know what the story was there, but anyway,
She didn't
okay.
want to renew her contract.
What we got on something else before I wheeled us back to radios. I don't remember
Meals.
what meals. That's what it was. I'm gonna starve to death because I can't live on pussy and weed.
Lunchables keep pretty well.
I can't live on pussy and weed.
Why don't you just put a box in your basement labeled MRE and just stock it full of Lunchables and eat it all in the first week?
One that I have on my list is training, and I'm guilty of this. I'll tell you, go out and get training. I don't have enough training.
Yeah, I wanted to take a carbine class.
Do they have one?
Yeah, there's a carbine class all over the place. I don't think barracks does, but
Who?
you
Oh,
can
hold on. Which barracks?
616.
Why don't you go to 517?
Do they have one? Maybe. Dude,
That's range
let's look.
717, not
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't like the store, but I think they have better classes. I don't know.
I don't like that once in a while they ship out, luckily not with the company I work for, 55-gallon drums full of the lead that they caught out of the trap.
Oh, really?
Well, a 55-gallon drum full of lead weighs a hell of a lot more than 4,000 pounds.
Oh God. Yeah, the training thing. I guess for those that are maybe interested in it, check the Barrack 616. There's an AR-15 class. There's a pistol class. There's Stop the Bleed class. There's a couple other ones. There's CPL classes. There's Renew classes. There's
Their AR-15 class that I looked at was, what is an AR-15? How does it operate?
Bullets come out of this
Assault
end. This
rifle
is where your
15.
finger goes.
Assault rifle 15.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
then you talked me right
since-
out of that.
Since I've built most of mine, I really don't need that class.
A CPL.
Well, I didn't know if there was something I'm missing,
Yeah.
but now I feel like I don't want to do that. But
Like I want
Just
to do.
listen to you talk.
Like, I
That's
just
it.
want to do a live fire AR-15 carbine class.
I want to do like next level. Would you be willing to do one?
Depends on
like-
how much it is and when it is.
I mean, that sounds like a group project to me.
Yeah. See if we can get it with just our group so we can just be disruptive the entire time and record it.
No, we're going to talk about this shit later. Keep going.
Keep talking, book nerd.
Mind if we record and we all talk into the microphones too?
We're going to be over here busting each other's balls about Fords.
This 2-hour class is going to take 4 hours, but you'll get over it.
Moody's out of his first 30 pack. He needs to go get another one.
When we go shooting now.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Remember
I'm just
that one
opening my
time we
first
made it
beer.
on, we made
Yeah.
fucking headlines and I owned you 411.
I don't know what you're talking about, though. I just opened my first beer for the night.
Oh, God.
Dude, it's good that we made a fucking headline on 411.
Jesus. I don't think, like Amy says, because I don't think it was you guys. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think it was you.
Part of it is, part of it wasn't.
Right.
Well, part of it is because the people reporting it were relatively close proximity.
I think part of it was what I said earlier. Everybody was outside today,
Yeah.
and they all heard something, and they thought it was some fucking house, whatever.
Well, hold on. You guys felt the ground shake under us.
Not like when Tommy T did it.
No.
When Tommy T did it, that was impressive.
Yeah, but Tommy T hit it in the first shot. We had
we bled a little off.
two.
We were probably down to 3 pounds.
I probably bled it down more than that because he hit it pretty low. Professor hit it pretty low in the can, and it was just trickling out. And then you kept throwing some to the side.
It still wouldn't it ignite still if it was just kind of trickling outside of it?
I couldn't see shit out of that scope.
Well,
anyway,
it's not an ignition thing because there is no flame.
Yeah.
But everything that's inside the container would have reacted, but everything sitting outside probably not so much.
so doing this shit, what are you thinking? Maybe you want to go purchase something? You're going to go get some radios? Maybe. I think I'm going to finally pull the trigger on a cat trauma kit. I think I'm going to maybe look into the fucking food thing.
I've been looking at the equipment classifieds and Komatsu D355As.
I think we need to do more.
welder and
Let's I don't know. Let's find something that we could actually learn from. I don't know, something. I watched you shoot your pistol today, and you need to have,
I got to work on it.
you're gonna have to use both hands. You gotta have both hands on it. Because the way you're shooting, you're gonna have to fucking force it down. The clothes thing, I don't understand a hell of a lot of that stuff either. I think I'm going to be just fine in my booty shorts and t-shirt.
I need to go out to the pit, undisclosed location pit, probably tomorrow. Sit down with that 5.7 upper, file it a little bit, put it back, run a couple. File a
My
little bit.
first inclination is file the mag, but I don't know if that's correct. I think maybe you're right on that other part.
Well, my first inclination was to file the mag because it's plastic. It'll go a lot faster.
Well, you
However,
don't wanna,
if I do the slide, the bolt carrier group,
yeah.
it will get what actually needs to be filed. So when I buy more magazines down the road, I don't have to file the magazines. I just run them.
But what if you buy a new magazine and it's completely different?
These are the 3 that came with it. file the slide down. It's not going to be enough to make it act up too much.
I've never shot that thing, but it looks like it's a great idea. I actually
I like it.
appreciate everything about it.
When it cycles perfectly, I like it.
Right.
But once in a while, it doesn't cycle right. And part of that we've found through playing with it is resistance of the slide dragging against the magazine, which is not a great thing when you have a cyclic system. So I'll have to shave down the slide ever so slightly, enough to clearance it.
I mean, baby steps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shave it down a little bit, put it all back together, run it until it stops.
It sure as hell ain't going to be your fucking defense gun because there's too many issues until you get that figured out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a defense gun anyways.
Until he makes a freaking
It's
cycle and proven cycling good.
It's a toy until further notice. It would never be a defensive.
Do you,
'Cause, you
shoot
know-
at all?
I've never done it.
Something tells me, home intruder situation. I don't really want hot brass going straight down where my bare feet are.
Well, that needs to change. You haven't
Yeah.
lived until I shot a fucking beer can out and he fucking lands it.
Oh yeah, you haven't been out for a skeet day?
Oh,
I've never done
dude,
skeet.
those things are great.
Now, I will say,
it,
the gun range that you've been to with me,
yeah.
one of the guys that I work with is a board member there, and he's a big skeet shooter. So
It's not my favorite thing to do. I guess it probably could be because I just don't do it enough.
I feel like we could go out there a lot more and have a good time.
I guess we need to pencil in with them first and then work it out with our other guys
A
and
big
this
group.
one
Yeah.
and maybe that one.
Shit, we'd have a goddamn huge group.
Well, if we
There's
line up
at
a
least
couple.
3 people with us there that work with me and you that want
Yeah.
to.
And if he wants to go, it is cool.
mm-hmm. I'm sure it is.
So that's 7 of us.
But where
right
we
now.
shoot, we clean everything up because it's not our normal shoot. Now, if somebody needs brass for anything and they have little kids and want to go clean shit up, get a hold of me and I'll. Dude, there's a fucking sea of brass down there at the one spot. every angle.
Throw
But
those ones off your tailgate today?
no, I put them in the bed.
Okay.
Whoever reloads, I need some blanks. We're gonna need some at some point. I'd like them to be super strong.
I don't know how to reload blanks, but the rounds that you guys set off in the M1 today, my brother-in-law reloads for me to shoot out of my rifle that I was trying to sight
Okay.
in.
I mean, for firing any 30-06, I should learn how to reload and get the machine and all that because goddamn, that's expensive.
Yep. The
Especially-
round-
I wondered that when I was shooting it. I'm like, man, do you want some money for those rounds?
It's fine.
the rounds I was shooting, it's 20 rounds is $30.
That's like Hollow .9 prices. Mm-hmm. Damn, sucker.
Yeah,
All right.
you should know. You did it today.
I did it today.
Oh,
with 40.
you did it today with 40.
I didn't.
Never
I
mind.
didn't shoot a full mag, and I still hit a half of them.
But
I love that Walther, man. But are we done, or are we
You
gonna
guys
come
wanna
back
be
with
done?
something fun, or
Well, I thought we were going to do shotties.
we got mug shotties, but we're gonna have to
shit,
shut
sure.
this one down, and I gotta go visit the corner.
are we done with this list? Let's make sure we're done with this list before we. Let me look at it. You got your list done?
Yeah, we're done with my list.
Solar charger I bought from Amazon. It's a piece of shit.
Ooh.
It's a piece of shit. Uh-oh.
Mug shotties, here we come.
That's a drink. I want to make sure, because it'll be a while before we hit this one again, probably. Suppressor, I don't know if I need a suppressor for...
Added weight.
Yep.
Added weight, but they can still hear you. So
Yeah, they're
Not
gonna
if
hear
it's a
ya.
blackout though. Can't wait for that to get approved.
You haven't got that thing done yet?
No, it's in the ATF's hands now.
I thought the shit was coming back in a week.
No, that was all bullshit. Come on.
Was it?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
All right. Dude, I don't know. Get your family action plan together. Make sure your kids understand what the fuck to do if you got kids. That's going to be your biggest hurdle,
Oh yeah.
really.
biggest hurdle is getting your, and I don't mean this as your kids, getting your lazy ass kids to do the freaking work and do the prep them damn selves.
They don't understand.
To get the shit around.
There you go. Educate them and make them understand. If shit goes down, I cannot have you fucking around. I absolutely cannot have you fucking around.
You can't be grabbing your stuffed animals and your computer and your phone charger and all that.
Fuck
no,
that iPad.
No.
We're going.
Yeah, exactly. You need to grab this and this and this and this. Here's your freaking list. This is the shit you need to fucking grab.
Load those
and
gas
we need
cans
to go.
up. Mm-hmm. Okay. Finish it, and then we'll do a mug shotties like we did before.
Yep.
We skipped over a bunch of them.
Oh no, I found a new supply.
You were excited. You seem so. This ought to be fucking epic.
Oh, it should be.
You stick around for a little
I
bit of that,
have
or all
not.
better? Okay, let's do it.
I'll sit off camera because of the fucking laptop and all that. But
Why? Oh yeah, well, I don't have enough chairs for this shit. I need to buy a new couch.
that's fine. You three can sit on the couch and I'll sit off
Hold
to the
hands.
side. Anyways, I don't give a shit what you three ladies do. Anyways, Trigger,
Here's to those that wish us well.
all the rest can go to hell.
See ya.